when the lights come down and I leave the stage. It's you that makes it all worthwhile.
Welcome to Direction of the Heart, Skype discussion series. I'm your host, Mike Aloia, along with my co-host, Mr. Pete DeLorenzo, and Deborah Funes. Is that how you pronounce it? Funes or Funes?
Funes.
Funes, that's beautiful. And she's from Miami, Florida. Pete's up in New Jersey. And I am so happy, Deborah, that you decided to join us on this discussion series. We discuss many different types of topics. First, I'd like to let my partner, Pete, explain to everybody how you and him met, because you guys are friends.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you, Deborah. We've been friends for several years now. We actually met on Facebook and LinkedIn and networks like that where, Deborah's a very accomplished actress, model. As you can see, she just made the cover of Steppin' Out magazine, which is a big magazine here in the tri-state area, New York, Jersey, Connecticut. Apologize, Deborah, for not getting you to copy sooner. It's been so overwhelming, but I promise you, and I got them to you. And and we became very close friends, and she had sent me a reel of some of her work a while back, and I was very impressed with her work. And I said, I think I got a part for you, because, in my film, many times I've had to go back to the drawing board. You don't really want to have to go there, but sometimes somebody relocates, they don't stay in touch, or people that have passed away, sadly, a lot of different factors. So there was a part that was wide open that I thought, she's so versatile. I said, this would be a little comical, but yet, dramatic. And Deborah, in my film, without giving too much away, there's a scene, and a lot of scenes, typical of real life, because the film is loosely based on my life and career, and a lot of nightclub, comedy club scenes. And in this one scene, which in real life happens at times, where, you get done with a show and someone is coming up to you, want to have a cocktail or just get an autograph. And she plays a very aggressive fan. And it's kind of very very reminiscent of my hero, Jerry Lewis, not to copy him, but almost a tribute to him, where she starts coming on to me and I get all discombobbled, and it's like, and we'll leave it at that. But
guys do that, man. I don't know what it is. It's like, whoa.
It's common.
Anyway. I tell you what, Deborah, you're not only a beautiful woman, you've got a beautiful light, and I know that you are also an advocate towards alternative healing and treatments for cancer and other diseases, and you also work on a spiritual level, I've noticed on your Facebook. And tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the alternative medicines to help cure cancers.
Well, my first experience with the alternative medicine was at the age of around 7 years old, because I used to have bronchitis and chronic asthma. Chronic bronchitis and asthma. So the problem I had there, because the doctors, they used to give me a lot of antibiotics, and the antibiotics kill the something in your blood that they shouldn't touch. I don't know what's the name in English. The white, you have the red and the white in your blood.
Red and white cells.
White cells?
Yeah, red and white corpuscles and cells, exactly.
Okay, they kill the whites, and that's really bad because you need that in your body. So my health was not good when I was a kid. I used to be sick with that, and my grandmother, she was very into natural remedies and tea and different natural ways of healing. And she threw to the garbage all the medicine that were given to my parents, that gave it to me. So she said, leave the kid alone, go to your trip, and I want to cure this little girl. And for 1 week, she took care of me. And I remember that the first thing that I liked about the healing was that her energy was so peaceful. For me, that was really good influence for my healing.
Oh,
because my mom, she was very aggressive and in the stress, and my father too. So the energy of my grandmother was really good, and all the teas with specific herbs were organic.
Mhm.
And I remember she put some lotion that she used by an organic place. She used to put in my chest. So when my parents came back from the trip, I was completely healed. The asthma and the bronchitis never came back.
See that?
Wow.
On that, I'm sorry, Mike. Deborah, on that note, see, our bodies are created from the earth. God created our bodies from the earth and minerals and things of that nature. And see, what you're honing in on is very true. I believe in natural healing too. All of these pharmaceuticals and hospitals are killing people with prescription drugs and everything and side effects, whereas natural healing is of God. And you know, so your grandmother also, when you put out about her serenity, that is an agent to healing. When there's that peacefulness and serenity, then the body can heal. And the white cells and red cells, I know doctor, but I did a lot of research. Just a brother to lymphatic leukemia, which there's never even been cancer in our family, and he had a rare form of it in his life. And whenever the white cells overpower the red overpower the white, that is when it is first diagnosed. That is what they call you have cancer, and it's just like those cells are having a field day. And that is when they are most aggressive. At the first point is when it's diagnosed. Then it could go into different stages and keep spreading. So what you're doing is, you know, the research and what you're doing of reaching out with natural means of healing. I salute you. God bless you.
Yes, I've got to say, Deborah. Really
I have finished something very important. My
I
second,
want to turn your speaker volume down just a hair.
my volume.
Echo.
You know, that cancer can only live in bad blood. And fruits, vegetables, and natural herbs and spices, as you bring, that purifies the bloodstream. And cancer can't live in good blood; it can only live in bad blood. It's just like it can only survive in darkness. See?
How old were you when you were sick?
With asthma and bronchitis, I was since I was like probably 5 years old until I was 12. No, my grandmother healed me when I was like around 7 or 8 years old.
Wow. So
Where are you from originally?
Argentina.
Argentina.
Mm-hmm. So what happened is that last year the doctors discovered that I have breast cancer.
Oh.
And you know, in my mind was that experience with my grandmother about healing naturally, and you know, with 5 weeks in a schedule with the oncologist, I decided to research and try to shrink the tumor in 5 weeks. I was like, I don't want to do chemo and radiation. I don't want to lose my hair. I don't want to.
I took care of my mother for 2 years. She died in my arms, and it started out as breast cancer. And she had a mastectomy, double mastectomy. It went into her bones. My wife was pregnant, and my mother died when I was 2 months old. So I was happy and sad all at the same time. It's a strange time in my life.
That young when your mom passed?
My mother was 44 when she died.
You were like, what, only 2 months old, you said?
22.
22 months, wow.
And,
I'm sorry.
Her and my father were going through tough times. I was there with my wife. We were the ones that pretty much took care of her, and I took her to chemotherapy. I watched her hair fall out. I had to keep her on her medications. You know, it was a very tough time in my life, and that's one reason that, you know, cancer is very dear to me. My stepsister Tracy is a survivor.
Yeah, but let's be clear. Most people don't die from cancer. They die from the treatment of cancer.
Yeah, because chemo is poison. It is. They're putting poison.
And the doctors, they know that it's poison. That's why you walk to the doctor with your hair, beautiful skin. You walk to the doctor with a tumor, and they put you in therapy. They poison your blood. They poison your body. They poison your entire immune system.
I agree.
You lose your hair, and you become a monster because they want to get rid of the tumor, but they are killing you.
Yeah, exactly. Deborah, you see what you just said holds a lot of merit, that a lot of people don't understand that. They claim chemo is a tool. And I've even talked to renowned doctors that say, yeah, in a way, depending on the type of cancer.
Look at my hair.
It's not a tool because it's poison. And then on top of that, the radiation fries them and finishes them off. So it's not a tool. The tool is to get them back to eating properly, good, natural.
I'm showing my hair because I had to change my food to be able to.
This is 25 years ago.
Looked like an old man in no time at all from the chemo and then the radiation just.
Well, the brother, yeah, it's terrible, man. And watching somebody go through, it's even more terrible.
People will swear by it, and maybe some cases I've seen people go into remission, but it is poison and side effects, and then the radiation. I mean, that's they're radiating the hell out of you, so they're finishing you off. You know.
I gotta tell you something that is true, and the doctors that they are in natural medicine, they know. The cancer, everybody has cancer. Everybody has cells that they are cancerous.
Cancer cells, exactly.
Because it's part of the metabolism to have cancerous cells.
Exactly.
And when you got a tumor that is growing, is because the body that is so smart encapsulate the poison that we have.
Right.
And what the doctors try to get rid of it. They try to get rid of the tumor. But the poison is already in our bodies.
Yeah,
that's not that you go remission because you get rid of the tumor. You get rid of the tumor, but your body still is with poison.
Exactly.
Plus, the immune system is damaged.
See, what they try to do is they're trying to counteract one evil with like another evil that is far as bad, if not worse. And that's what the chemo and the radiation does. And if they get back to fruits, nuts, vegetables, your bean families, all that organic materials that are grown from the earth without all the tainted chemicals and everything which hit our table from the stores.
Well, another thing is...
that's the means of doing
it. Pete, let me tell you, another thing is, you know, marijuana, cannabis oil, it destroys cancer cells. It's shown. I mean, there's so many different alternatives and more science going into the cure for cancer instead of the treatments.
Well, the marijuana you're talking about
is what's the money maker.
It's a whole different type of than your street marijuana, and some claim I don't know. Some claim that it is medicinal. But I know there's
cannabis oil.
Yeah, well, the oils and extracts, and look at, I mean, in Jesus' time, aloe, all of these spices and everything were all natural means. They didn't have all of these drugs and everything then, right?
You know, they don't need billions of dollars research. They know already there is out there.
Yeah, it's a multi-million-dollar business, $1 billion.
They don't want to put out there the voice in the conscience of people, because people gonna start healing themselves with food, with organic food. And the drugs business gonna lose billions of dollars or trillions of dollars, and the doctors make a lot of money killing people. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Deborah, I agree wholeheartedly that it is a multi-billion-dollar business with prescriptions and hospitals. They do not have the regard for human life the way they should. And not that I'm pushing a particular product, but I do have it as product placement in my film because I use it myself. The leading lady in my film, Lisa Landino, her mother's an executive with the company, introduced to it, and I tried it because it is all natural. The plant comes from Tahiti. It is called the noni plant. It almost looks like an artichoke in a way. They cut that in half, threw it in the ocean, and it just kept regenerating and regenerating and regenerating. Gives energy. It has been known. It's not no snake oil. It has been known to ward off diabetes, cancer, many, and even prevent them before they happen, because you have to get proper rest, eat a proper diet, and you take that noni juice 2 ounces a day, gives you energy, and it will kill off anything in the system that is bad with no chemicals, no drugs, anything, all natural, that they call it God's fruit. And it grows right in Tahiti. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I use it myself.
You know, I have a group on Facebook that the name is Natural Cure. And I have more than 3,000 people that post every hour. You have a lot of posts and videos and information and articles about how to heal about cancer. But the products or vegetables that they help to cure cancer, they also help. They are the same that help for arthritis, for diabetes, for heart disease. So it's like, okay, if we eat these vegetables, organic, and these fruits, we will heal our body entirely. Not only cancer, everything.
Absolutely. You know,
Your
and
skin gonna look better, your hair gonna look better, everything.
There's a very renowned doctor that is in Texas. I don't recall his name off the bat. And he was persecuted because the hospitals, doctors, this guy was not no quack. He was dealing with just pure stem cell research and everything. No drugs, no chemicals, and he was curing people, actually curing them. And they want to shut him down, lawsuits, everything, call him a quack, because he was trying to help him.
Well, I know that in California that he went to
Now he's going to destroy us. We can't make money off of people getting sick and dying. See, they wanted to put him out of commission.
But there are a lot of cases. There is a doctor in California. I talked to him on the phone already. He published a book. He made over $4 million with the book and with the treatment that he gave in his ranch. And he has a lot of pressure from the lawsuit, and they put him in jail many times.
Yeah.
And also another doctor from Mexico, Dr. Bernardo, he died already, and he was one of the first.
And this is what I'm talking about. Anyone that try to come forth and do natural healing and try to help people, they try to put them in jail or put them out of practice.
Yeah. But the doctor Bernardo, he posted videos on Facebook and YouTube. He was crying when he remembered the FBI put him in jail like a criminal.
Yeah.
Because he was healing people naturally, and they say you don't have American license, and he said, "Well, I am saving the life of hundreds of people."
To this doctor in Texas, almost a similar case where it was almost exactly what you're explaining, and they go after these people that are trying to help people.
Well, I'd like to say something, Deborah. I wish there was more people like you that were so passionate and had such a beautiful light as you do. You know, there's so much corruption in the medical and pharmaceutical industry that basically all human beings in many ways are being used as guinea pigs for profit. And it's a terrible thing, and it's something that we have to live with. And I do believe in the power of prayer. I believe that is you know, the unbelievable divine intervention where people are healed miraculously. It does happen. And, you know, I believe that someday, you know, when we do reach a stage of consciousness to where there is, hopefully in my lifetime, a global peace, I believe that we will all understand the power of healing and the power of prayer and organic and using the fruits of our Mother Earth in order to keep us, you know, longevity and disease free, and you know. And
is that has to be a change in the entire planet. People want to move to the biggest city, and they have to have a regular job. But they don't understand that what we need right now is people move to a farm and work in the land and eat organic and breathe pure. We to people, because if we keep going processed food and buying prescription drugs and doing that the biggest companies in the world want us to do, they're gonna manipulate even more than now, and we're gonna be just like puppy dogs, depending of these big companies that, like you say, they are corrupt. So why cannot have our house without our trees?
Well, you know, it's the companies that are corrupt, the pharmaceuticals, hospitals, doctors. There's so much corruption, and just like, you know, Mike, as we discuss every week, in the government there's corruption, and in the world there's corruption. When we go to healing people and
you know what the problem is, Pete?
You know, Mike, that's their vocation, to heal and preserve lives, and they're
absolutely
making it a business, killing people with prescription drugs, getting them addicted to it.
They make $100,000 for each patient with cancer.
Yeah.
So they make so much money. So many people lose their own house to be able to heal with chemo radiation, but they don't heal.
I
If
want
they
to
don't
say
use it,
something.
they die later for another disease.
It just hit a nerve with me because my father had taken out a special cancer policy that was being used during my mother's treatments and everything. And if she didn't die when she did, less than a month, that $1 million would have ran out, and she would have had no insurance. And the cost of medical treatments, it's all about corruption, human corruption, money, the almighty dollar.
They say you have cancer and you don't. Some doctors went to jail. It was down they lie. They say this patient has cancer. They will make more money from the insurance of patient. So
tune down your volume just a hair, honey. You're echoing back on your speakers.
Okay.
All right.
What about there?
Yeah.
You know how many people, how many doctors they say that this patient has cancer or has this disease to make money? A lot of them. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they're making money hand over fist, and we're not talking we're talking billions of dollars.
Exactly.
At the risk of losing and killing people, losing lives and killing people. They don't care. It's like they have no. The days of where a doctor came and made house calls, the days of where a doctor has heart and bedside manner. Today, you're just like a number, okay? Like cattle, and they have no respect for the preservation of life, and it infuriates me. But Deborah, what you are doing is commendable, and we all need to keep this kind of thing going collectively and educate. This comes down to Mike. What do we talk about every week? Educating people. There is a better way.
People need to come together, man. Come together like the Beatles say, and come together in the name of humanity and in the name of global peace and loving each other and eradicating the corruption.
One of my dreams is to have a house with trees, organic trees, and have the apples, the orange, and all the vegetables like my grandmother used to have.
Well, Deborah, that's a good point. A lot of people starting to do that. They're growing their own vegetables and fruits and organically. And on that note, I did a show in Pennsylvania a few years ago. I'll make this quick. And it was an outdoor big festival, and all these pavilions were all different countries and different foods. And then there was these farmers with all purely organic food. I never seen fruits and vegetables that big in my life. Tomatoes that were like the size of a cantaloupe. And when you tasted this, you could clearly
have
taste the difference. Clearly taste the difference on the fruits and vegetables.
I'll tell you, Deborah, I really enjoyed this conversation, and I want us to actually do it again. I want you to tell people how they can get involved, how they can make a difference.
Look at what you have going on.
How they can get in touch with you.
And films.
I am producing a movie called Touch My Heart.
Yeah.
Based in my real story about healing of cancer, and we need money to produce the movie. And this movie obviously is going to help a lot of people because I am going to show the way that I am healing and how difficult it was for me to make the decision and say, okay, I'm gonna heal myself without any doctor and without any chemo, without any radiation.
Shush.
I tell you.
You're going to do that as a documentary, Deborah?
No.
Oh, it's a film. Okay. All right, great.
I did a lot of documentaries on YouTube, all over the internet about all type of healings. But my movie is a feature film. It's a comedy mixed with drama.
Yes.
And I have the actors and everything, and I did already a fundraising campaign, but I didn't raise enough money to produce, so I'm gonna do my second fundraising campaign, and hopefully people gonna collaborate. I mean, even with $1, if 1 million people put $1, wow.
There you go, exactly. That's how it is. It's got to be enough people to come forward, and we're all gonna see what we can do to help you.
I'm gonna say in a prayer that you get the funding that you need, and I'm going to say a prayer about your diagnosis that everything becomes healed. You are an earth angel, and I am so honored.
Battling the breast cancer, or are you pretty well, it's clearing up, or?
No, honestly, I shrink down the tumor 60%.
Oh, that's great.
That was a part there that was so hard. to melt. It was so hard to reverse. I didn't know what else to
They
do.
say like the other 40%, is it operable to remove it and get it out or no?
I don't want to go through surgery.
Okay.
So a friend of mine, she said to me, why don't try this supplement that is natural and is based in a molecular, say, molecular from the cow, molecular from the chicken. That is the first, from the cow is the molecular from where it's coming the first milk to the little cows. When they born, you know, they take the milk from the mother. Well, this molecular is regulating that milk, and it's the same that a human being, and put your immune system in 435%.
Right. You might want to Google up immunitech.com. Immunitech, N-E-T-I-C, I believe it is, immunitech.com. And that is a solution which is all natural. It's like a powder that you put in with water or juice, and it goes through the system, and it flushes out all the toxins and all the bad cells.
There are a lot of supplements out there, but this one in a special is melting this 40% that was hard. It's melting really fast, so it's helping a lot. And it's about to have a proper diet, proper nutrition, and it's about to have a detox body. But it's so difficult because we want to eat toxin. We want to drink wine. We want to eat French fries, right?
Yeah. Well, you see a lot of grease and fats and impurities, like when people eat bacon or Taylor ham, we all like to make. I don't even eat bacon anymore. But, you know, things like that are impurities for the body, you know. I mean,
you cannot eat meat, so, you know, for me it's so difficult not to eat meat. I used to eat meat every day to be able to have a strong muscle.
I don't think maybe once in a while, a little piece of meat, and if it's lean, no fat. But fish is very good. Fish is very good.
Deborah. Deborah, how can people get in touch with you, and how can people get in touch with you in order to donate to help fund your film?
They have to go to Facebook to the fan page of my movie that the name is Touch My Heart.
Touch My Heart.
They go to Facebook and put the Touch My Heart, gonna appear Touch My Heart movie. So if they like the fan page, then they're gonna have all the updates about my movie, and they're gonna see the fundraising campaign. They can donate. Of course, I give perks. When they donate, they receive nice perks. And one of the perks that I'm gonna put in the second fundraising campaign is that if they donate couple $1,000, they're gonna have a couple words in my movie. So some people
they can be credited, you know, and the bragging rights. So as we say in the business, the credits on the screen. Also, you know what? And Mike, we've talked about this many times, and especially for the two little children that just did the charity for you did with the American Legion and everything. And Deborah, what you might want to do is you know, and that's right down on your turf, Mike. So we can do a show. She's in Miami, you're in Jacksonville. We can do a show as a fundraiser for the cause and the cure of cancer, which is a beautiful cause that you're doing. So, you know, in the name of Touch My Heart, and for this film to get made, because it's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, actually, I mean, like I'm saying, there is a lot of documentaries, but people are bored watching documentaries. This is going to be entertaining, going to be comedy mixed with drama. And so going to be inspiring.
Well, based on real life. Yeah, it's real life. You know, you've lived it, you know.
Yes.
And you are living it. And, you know, you could throw a little levity in there, a little humor. I mean, documentaries are very instrumental. And they're educational. And, yeah, there are a lot of them. But
yeah, I think who watch documentaries? I mean, people want to watch movies. That's what
they want to be entertained. Exactly. They want to laugh. They want to cry. They want to feel the drama, the passion. They want to be absorbed into that character. You know what? You are such a wonderful, wonderful woman. I can tell you're I believe that God is calling you to do this, and I believe that He's going to get you the funding you need to be able to make your dreams come true and to help others. And I really hope that we can talk more and maybe work together in the near future. And
Deborah, any other
I just want to
projects?
say
that you're
God
doing?
bless you, Deborah.
Thank you. God bless you too. And let's do the next show about my movie.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
any other films that you want to tell our viewers about that you're doing and projects in addition to your film, Touch My Heart?
Well, I'm gonna produce another movies, but I don't want to talk about them yet. But they are based also in real stories, parts of my life. I was writing already another story before this cancer happened. I was writing some stories, and I have very intense life in Miami. I am originally from Argentina, and I have so many strong experiences that normal people don't have. Sometimes I think that I am not normal. That's why it happened.
No, everybody has interesting things that happen in their lives, and that's what we as artists do. We share that with others and putting it based on, that's what I'm doing in my film.
It's like really strong and special. I mean, Miami is the center of crazy people, and
there are in North Miami for a while. It's pretty wild down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of partying going on in Miami.
I was a beach bum, so I was having a lot of fun.
And there is a lot of corruption, Right now it's more clean, but back in the late 1990s, when I just moved here, my gosh.
It was, well, you see what happened is there's a lot of the drugs came in and a lot of wild stuff going on. It's nothing like it was years ago, but they cleaned it up somewhat. And
well, I tell you, I look forward to seeing your movie become a reality.
Yeah, and then I'm
looking forward to
Deborah's work at the end of the show, a little clip. And Deborah, is there anywhere else? Tell our viewers where they can contact you. I know you're on IMDb and any other Facebook and anywhere else. You have a website.
My website is deborahfunes.com.
Mm-hmm.
And also I have a group of, like I'm saying before, I have a group of Natural Cure on Facebook where people contact me to ask me about the supplements that I was taking. And also I have a group on Facebook that the name is Breast Cancer Natural Cure. People contact me all the time asking what you've been taking, And I wish I could give seminar or something, but I don't want to go to jail.
No, people are acquiring. You can recommend it. You can't tell people what to do.
I can't.
It's wonderful that you're at least trying to help and suggest it to people, and then it's their choice,
You know what I have to say? I have to say this. I've been taking these supplements. I am taking these supplements, but I cannot say you should take, because if someone can do to me, they can put me in jail to give a recommendation.
I mean, if someone comes to you and they're inquiring and they're interested, you can direct them and say, look, I can't tell you what to do, but it's working for me. Here's what it is. And you direct them towards it, and then it's their choice. But you are trying to help people. So,
Yeah, but these doctors, they've been trying to help too, and they go to jail. That's why I'm doing a movie, because I have people saying, you shouldn't do any movie talking about natural cure of cancer, because maybe some people will not gonna be able to cure and they're gonna die and gonna be your fault.
I think it's a great idea to use a movie to
introduce. Just people dying left and right because they're dealing.
It's a great way to introduce these different herbs and fruits and different things and ways of healing in a comedy drama. Yep. I know it's going to be a hit. I know you're going to get the funding.
Entertaining as well as educating and uplifting and informing people. Excellent.
What is your message to the world about global peace?
Let me think about it.
Yeah, you're like Miss Universe here. You're like Miss Universe on the stage. All right, honey.
Basically,
tell us your solution to global peace.
That's my message.
Basically, Deborah, not to put you on the spot, but each week, we normally ask our guests that, in a world with all of these senseless shootings, and not to get political, and all of this ISIS and Al Qaeda and Taliban and all of these terrible things in the world, that we have artists have a loud voice, and we were trying to perpetuate love and peace into the world. So what would you say would be like your contribution, or what people
should? You remember John Lennon used to be really thinking or giving messages about the peace in the planet and the world, and he always saying that shouldn't be any division between countries, between races, between anything. He always was saying that we should be one, right?
It's all in a strong imagine. Yep.
But now, when they talk about the new world order, where all the planet gonna have one money, gonna be a union of the countries, everybody is in panic about it.
Well, that's pinning towards socialism. That's like communism, and that's not what America's about.
I don't really know what's gonna happen with the new world order, but if the economy gonna be worse than right now, I don't think we're gonna be able to survive. So
that's a good point, because it's not just the economy; it's just that mindset of that they're trying to do away with God and our freedom and dissolve our Constitution, which our country was founded on. We're not getting political, but we're dealing with morals here. That when they take God out of everything, how could a country, any country, would go under?
How do we get to global peace? What is the solution on us taking those steps? I believe
first of all, people is fighting more for religion. This is the biggest reason why people is killing each other for centuries, because they believe in different type of gods.
Well, they use religion as a means to say it's in the name of religion. Religion is a way and an order of life. But if they believe in God, God doesn't want us to kill.
Well, I think to have peace in this world, people has to educate and research and learn a little bit about spiritualism, about God, about life. Like I have a group of metaphysics in Facebook, and I have a collections of books about metaphysics. I don't believe in religious, because God is not Jewish, God is not Catholic, God doesn't have any religion. So if we stop thinking about religion,
one true God, exactly, and He laid down His precepts to us, how He wants us to live, and there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free. We're all one in Christ Jesus, and through the blood of Christ. So we all have hope if we acknowledge the way and plan and purpose that God.
It's gonna be the love
like
humanity.
When people start to put their own laws in there and their own little bylaws.
We should start thinking one question. You should ask these people: do you think God has a religion? You think God is a Protestant or any other religion?
Exactly. That's what I said. Mankind puts that all in there. Protestant, Episcopalian, Catholic, whatever, Baptist. There's only one God, and He says, "I am."
That's correct. So to be able to have peace in this world, we have to stop the ignorance.
Well, it's like Bob. It's like Bob.
Hear what you just said? Stop the ignorance.
Exactly. One love. One love of humanity, love of each other.
I don't even ask for love. I ask for respect.
You go.
If people respect my space and my life, well, I can be okay. But people don't respect.
There's a key word again. Deborah, you're hitting the nail on the head. Is that
respect each other?
What does God ask for us? And it says that, what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, be humble, okay, to do justly, and walk with God and be humble. All right, and that He wants us to respect Him. He is the Lord that created us in His own image. So if we're respecting God, then we can thereby know how to treat and love each other.
I have one more question.
The roadmap.
Pete, I've got one more question for Deborah.
Yes.
Deborah, do you believe in the so-called awakening and the second coming of Christ?
Mine was before this time. I had the awakening in the year 2000. And was a very that's material for another movie. Actually, was amazing. One day I feel that I just feel that I'm gonna die. That's what I felt, and I've been feeling really hard that I'm gonna die.
Deborah, you know what? We all are dying creatures. We all have to die.
I know, but I was thinking that I'm gonna die this day.
You have a hope of what we're basically saying. Do you believe that if there's a God and He has given us a plan and purpose, and He says that He wished that none perish but have all have everlasting life? We're not talking about different religions. We're talking about the Word of God, that there's hope, you see, in battling this cancer. There's no doubt a way curing it naturally. So the same way that God has offered us a hope, and that the times that are around us, like you mentioned, the economy, all these things in the world, are signs of the times that Jesus prophesied. And what we're saying is, do you believe He's coming back? And that, maybe, do you realize we are fortunate enough, all of us talking right now, that we may very well behold and see his coming. Because he said it's nigh at hand. We don't know the day or the hour. So the things that are going on in the world is ushering that in. So you see, you and I and Mike and Bruce and all of us, we could be eyewitnesses to that coming.
Well, if he come or don't come, the thing is that we have to go to the next level in a thing. If he's coming or no, is our nature to be better human beings every day, every minute, not to go worse. I don't say I am perfect or anything, because I have my my dark side that sometimes show off, appear. And I know which is my darkness.
But no one's perfect. We all have faults. We all fall short. We all sin. We all make mistakes. But it's through God and his teachings that's what we want. Like you said, if we knew he was coming tomorrow, we'd be on tippy toes and all right. But watch.
Well, if like you say, he's coming or no, we have to go there, and we are going there.
Oh yeah.
I believe, guys. Listen, I believe we are in the happening.
Yeah.
In the beginnings of an awakening. I believe people are more connected worldwide now than ever before. I believe that we're connected at a conscious level. I believe that eventually we are now moving towards respecting each other, loving each other, embracing each other. But yet we've got the fanatics that are trying to kill.
There's always going to be the evil.
Everybody that's a Christian or that doesn't conform to their way of belief. I believe that there's going to be a rise, and we're going to rise up as human beings and abolish this. And I truly would, I believe that what you're doing on your end, what Pete's doing on his end, and what American Hearts Radio is doing by bringing the hearts of the world together is the steps that need to be taken by individuals in order to come together as a collective, because there's strength in numbers. Deborah, I love you, baby. You're awesome.
In his name, there is he in the midst of us, and we know he's coming back. We don't know the exact time or day, but he gave the signs. And they're all
bringing his soldiers together.
We could be very fortunate, Mike, Bruce, Deborah. We could be very fortunate enough, God willing, that we will be alive to see that happen in our lifetime. But like Deborah said, very good point. Let's start doing it now, man.
Absolutely.
Well, the purpose of a human in the era is.
Got 2 minutes, guys.
Is to learn and give. If we don't learn, if we don't learn and we don't give, we're gonna have a miserable life. And I think everybody has to find their own purpose in this planet, in this life. So, this is my goal.
Well, I believe we all have a purpose. We're born with gifts that God gives us, and He created us with these gifts in order to make this a better world. And God gave me a lot of gifts. I started this whole network with nothing but faith. And the Lord, I prayed for those soldiers and generals to come together. Now we're becoming a force to be reckoned with. And it's all in the name of love in Jesus Christ and faith and bringing humanity together and bringing the hearts together, because that's what we all are, intertwined.
Yes.
We're all connected.
Absolutely.
And people need to understand this and
that's
have more
God wants us to do.
compassion for the human being.
Yeah. That's what God wants us to do from now until, our Lord returns. And Deborah, we're all praying that God will place his healing hand upon you.
Absolutely, baby girl.
Okay, the rest of that,
you.
Just cleanse it and rid it from your body, and keep up the wonderful, beautiful work you're doing to try and help others.
Thanks for inviting me, and we're going to get together again.
We will.
I hope to talk to you soon. God bless you.
Everyone,
Thank
because
you
Wednesday
so much.
Wednesday I'll be in a meeting, very intense. They change it from Monday to Wednesday. I'll be in a very intense meeting with one of my head potential investors, very promising. So if God willing, this goes down, could be in production with my film by the end of this year.
Well, we're praying for all that to come together.
So I'll pray
for you guys both. Pray for the network. Thank you for being part of Direction of the Heart. God bless you. Deborah.
Thank you so much for having me. And
being our guest, it was a complete honor.
Thank you so much for tuning in this week. My name is Mike Aloia. It is Pete DeLorenzo and Deborah Funes from Miami. We'll see you later, darling.
Peace and love, everyone. God bless.
Rock and roll.
shit, you scare me.
Sorry, what are you looking at?
Hi, I'm Rose Melendez. We spoke on the phone about the property that you have for sale outside of town.
Yes, I remember. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you could make it.
This is my fiancé, Mike.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And these are our friends, Beth and Todd.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
If these work out, we are all going to buy the land together.
Good. Well, maybe you'd like to know a little bit about the land.
We heard about it.
I don't know. What did he tell you?
That the owner disappeared.
Yes, that's true. But that's not a problem, is it?
No, not really, but Charlie said that he may still be on the land.
Oh, I doubt that.
As long as he doesn't show up wanting his property back, it shouldn't be a problem.
Don't worry, I think you're letting old Charlie's story get you.
It is creepy, you have to admit. A grave not 100 feet from the house? I don't know. They should be back by now. You suppose they are lost in there?
Listen, I've got no choice but to go out there and try to find them.
I don't want to stay here by myself. The road. Oh my God, the road. The road.
Help me, Rose.
I told you to stay off my land.
No, that's all right. I was pretty upset already. What you say about the man being dead, do you really think he is?
What man?
Dan say his name is Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah, that's probably what he was talking about.
You wanted to see me, Commissioner?
How many times I have to tell you to call me Gray?
Gray. She was still alive.
We suspect as much with the others. They were too degraded, established.
We've got to warn the public.
Of what? They know already that he's a killer. It is all over the damn news. Lincoln?
What is it?
Keep up the good work and don't forget about the press conference tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, in light of the recent violence in our town, John, these people is more capable than what you think. They will get information they need when they need it.
It's a weather report.
What are we dealing with here?
The two young lovers over there found the body in the middle of their tryst.
How did they find it?
The girl was pissing on it. It'd be funny if it wasn't so damn sad.
Bites marks on the glutes?
Yes. But
I want conclusive evidence that wasn't the tourist.
we're working on it.
And keep their identity quiet until we figure out if it was a tourist or another sick bastard.
But these guys just don't stop.
So you think it's a tourist?
It's hard to say without all the evidence. I couldn't tell you one way or the other.
Either one. You should bring Lincoln.
Are you serious? The guy's bonkers.
You know the case intimately.
I was working with her sister about her sister's missing case last week.
How close do you work with her?
Not as close as I work with you.
Do yourself a favor and don't let Lincoln know how close we work. Where were you 3 nights ago?
3 nights? Oh, that was the night before that lousy press conference. I was home.
Do you have an alibi?
Alibi? What do I need an alibi for? What are you talking about?
We found her body.
Whose body?
Catherine.
Where was she seen last?
At the train station. I think we should release her identity to the press.
So you can drum up a little sympathy for the department, I suppose.
I just want them to understand why you are going to be replaced on this case.
Did you say train station?
Yeah, her luggage was found there.